Hoping Christine's cool and easy about this too. I don't want any drama. I don't want any stress. I mean, I care about Christine. I want her to be happy, and I respect and honor her position as Mykelti's mother. I just made a decision very early on that I was going to put aside any of my hurt, my sadness, or my feelings of betrayal, and just that's between Christine and I.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. I hope you are having a wonderful day. On this most recent episode of Sister Wives, Mykelti Brown gave birth. Well, she had a C-section, so that she delivered two boys, Ace and Archer, the twins. And the birth was a part of this episode. There was a doctor, Dr. Bean, that was part of the very first season. Remember when Kody and Christine had a baby, Truly, and she delivered in the hospital? Dr. Bean was the delivery OBGYN for that baby, and Mykelti used the same OBGYN for her twins. So the birth was at the hospital, and I told you that because TLC failed to get permission from the hospital to film, there's no footage at all of them in the hospital outside of Mykelti's appointment, where she has right before she's about to deliver and have the induction. The doctor measures her stomach and looks at the position of the twins, and she has to have a C-section because they're breech, and he will not deliver twins breech. So they scheduled the C-section, and Mykelti has to kind of get over the fact that, she's having a C-section versus or delivering the other way. And she had obviously done a home birth for her first child, so being in the hospital was very different. But regardless, the birth was sort of overshadowed by Robyn having sort of this weird dialogue throughout the discussion of this delivery about her struggles with Christine. And honestly, Christine didn't have a lot to say about Robyn. So I want to start that again by saying there's going to be a big difference in how Christine talks about Robyn and how Robyn talks about Christine. They start the whole thing about why Robyn is so important to Mykelti, and I'm really starting to believe that TLC producers are really trying to give both Kody and Robyn a redemption arc with this episode, and it's just not working. But this is what Mykelti said about her relationship with Robyn.
When Robyn first joined the family, I was trying to figure out who I was, and she made me feel special. And she made me feel seen. Robyn was there for me when I needed somebody. She was there for me when I needed somebody to hear me, to love. Robyn gave me a chance to be heard. I don't think I remember when Mykelti told me that Robyn would be there. I just always knew Robyn would be there. I don't know what there will be for us to do except to wait in the waiting room together.
A lot of fans don't like Mykelti because of her relationship with Robyn. And I understand that people get mad because they think that she is being disrespectful to her mom by actually supporting Robyn or having a relationship with Robyn. And we weren't there, and we don't know what she went through as a child. We also don't know the role that Robyn played in her life when she was a teenager and how that might have influenced her overall. I think that a lot of fans get really nasty at Mykelti, maybe unfairly, because she has a relationship with Robyn. Do I think that Robyn's relationship with Mykelti was super appropriate when she was young? No, I don't. Mykelti has openly spoken on her Patreon about the fact that she was an outsider in the family. Mykelti is the second oldest daughter of Christine's and the second oldest child. But the oldest daughters in their family, and I've been told within this group, are treated differently than the ones that are right underneath them, and they have a lot more responsibilities, and they are often viewed as, like, the child that all the other kids look up to. And so Aspen really took on this role of being that person in her family, and the 3 oldest daughters from the families, Aspen, Maddie, and Leon, all were very close because of that. And Mykelti apparently was, like, left out of that because she wasn't an oldest daughter. I don't know. And then a lot of the trips that they went on when they were, like, back in the earlier seasons, she never went on, and Hunter got to go on, even though he was a year younger than her, and that's something that's always bothered her. And so she talks about how she just never really was like, she didn't fit in with Janelle's kids. And she also didn't really fit in with her siblings because everyone younger than her, for quite a few, were boys. So she had Hunter, then she has Peyton, that's her brother that's underneath her, the younger, the next oldest next to her. And then it's Garrison, Gabriel. So there's all these boys, and the 3 oldest girls aren't really part of her life. So she ends up with Robyn, and apparently she feels seen. And Robyn love bombed her and made her feel seen and let her vent to her, which probably worked in Robyn's favor because she was able to get information about what was going on in her house and maybe help Mykelti get turned against people, like maybe her mom or something. But Kody insists it actually made their relationship better. Either way, she was influenced at a young age by Robyn, and today in 2024, she is not supportive right now. She doesn't have a good relationship with Robyn. So I want to be clear, like, this was 2 years ago. Today, they're not close.
There's a lot of pain there. I can't predict somebody else's choices or actions, but for me, my plan is to play nice. At the same time, Christine was holding Ace, and so it was kind of like we're just holding our grandbabies together. I just wish it was under different circumstances as far as Christine and I are concerned. For a moment, I could just forget all that.
I have no doubt that the producers are 100% asking questions to elicit reactions and get people to talk about conflict, because if there wasn't conflict in the show, no one would probably watch at this point because not a lot's happening in the family. But when Christine is asked questions about Robyn, it's not like, it's basically just like, I knew Robyn was going to be there. I have no problem with her being there. We'll probably be in the waiting room together. It might be awkward, but she doesn't really spend a lot of time focusing on what's happening with Robyn, right? It's like, I'm there for Mykelti. It'll be fine. It'll be awkward, but fine, you know? She doesn't talk about the fact that, she's angry at Robyn or that she holds hard feelings towards Robyn. She doesn't discuss feeling betrayed or upset or, like, hurt by Robyn really at all. Robyn started out this whole part of this episode, like this section of the episode, talking about how, this would be hard for her because, Christine betrayed her. And I'm like, what did she betray you? How did she betray you? She betrayed you how? Because she left Kody and she didn't want to stay in a loveless marriage and she didn't want to stay unhappy and second fiddle. I kind of feel like it would be easier for me to listen to Robyn if she actually took a little bit of accountability, right? Like if she said, I know when I came in, it was hard. I know that I disrupted a family. I know that I demanded things, but she never takes her own ownership. Christine will say, yeah, I might have done this. Yeah, I might have done that. I probably said some not nice things. But Christine is the one in this relationship that's always had to apologize to Robyn. And it's never been like Robyn ever apologizing to Christine. And so when she started crying there, saying that it was sweet and she got to forget about all the other stuff, it was like this dig at Christine, right? She's like, in the beginning saying, I'm so betrayed by Christine. And then later is like, and then we got to hold the grandbabies and it was so sweet. And I almost could kind of forget about it. And she's fake crying about it. I could almost forget that she betrayed me. Christine doesn't say anything of the same. I'm still waiting. Robyn, how did she betray you?
He went straight for his eye. There was some weird stuff that happened. I mean, like, I had my first child and there was a mother that was jealous.
I mean, I Tom taking care.
It was Christine who got jealous when Logan was born.
Logan was absolutely lovely. What I was going through was the first year of being in plural marriage. It was so hard. I felt like I lost my identity completely.
I've realized something just in rewatching this clip and hearing what Christine said after what Kody said about accusing her of being jealous. And Christine said, I was losing my identity because I was in my first year of plural marriage, like she lost herself. And I realized something, like a light bulb just went off in my head. This uncomfortable conflict and this uncomfortable like feeling I'm having while watching the show is the difference of someone who's left the cult, Christine. She's not a cult follower anymore. She's leaving a lot of that cult mindset. She doesn't advocate for polygamy. She doesn't think people should live polygamy. She thinks there's a lot of pain and heartbreak in polygamy. So for her to leave, right, she's betraying polygamy, right, by leaving this vow of whatever, the covenants that they made in their celestial kingdom. But at the same time, she's picked herself, to which the cult would say is selfish and wrong and evil and wicked. Maybe Robyn's betrayal is that she left the church, she left the faith, she left the family. I don't know. But it's that conflict between those that have left the mindset and those that are still inside. And I think the wishy-washiness that I'm experiencing with Janelle is that she's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Like she's not willing to say goodbye to the faith and still protects polygamy and almost defends her choices in parenting, which were not great as a result of the cult. And then 1 foot out where she's agreeing with Christine about a lot of the crap that they experienced in polygamy, but she's not yet willing to say that it's not healthy to live this way. Whereas Christine is. Christine has flat out said, I will never do this again because I would never want to hurt someone. I would never want to break up a family by becoming another wife. That's too painful. Christine is the only one in the family right now that is outside of this, and that's why she's getting targeted so hard by Kody and Robyn. If you notice, Janelle isn't actually getting harassed the same way because she still believes in her faith and she still has 1 foot in. So they're still saying things like, I hope we can reconcile. I still have faith for Janelle. But because Christine is out and cast out and doesn't believe in this anymore and isn't obeying them anymore and isn't abiding by this faith anymore, she's unsafe and evil and wicked and worldly and will influence other people to leave. These are the nuances in the story that I really wish they would say out loud. You know what I mean? Like, I wish they would say these quiet parts out loud. Like, we're actually fighting because Christine left the faith and Christine left the belief and Christine betrayed our religion. She's becoming like an apostate. So she's the evil one now. And so Robyn and Kody constantly accusing her of things, like Kody accusing her of being jealous of a baby, which is ridiculous, is just a way for him to dig at her, to insult her, to again remind everyone that she was a terrible sister wife.
She puts a lot on herself about bringing the family together and having it be her role because she gets along great with Robyn and she gets along great with me. Kody and Robyn are grandparents to Avalon and they'll be grandparents for the twins.
It's crazy because people think when they divorce or whatever that they won't have to see each other, and that's not true. You'll always be in each other's lives somehow or another. I'm going to be the one kind of being the most, and then I'm sure Christine will kind of step in after I leave and I'll hand the baton off to her.
As you notice, Christine isn't saying anything negative about Robyn or Kody at all. She responds when they accuse her of things she doesn't do or make wild accusations, but she doesn't say anything negative, right? And here she's even acknowledging that Mykelti's putting a lot of the burden of the family splitting on her and the fact that she needs to be the one to try to repair things and bring things back together, which kind of makes me understand now why she's pulled away from Kody and Robyn, because I think she had an expectation that this situation would wake them up and stop them from this division and this divisiveness and this cruelty towards the others in the family that are not in their fold, and would want them to get closer to the kids that he's abandoned. And it didn't work and it didn't happen. I think that's part of the reason, is that she probably has realized that the one thing that should have brought the family together didn't. And so I'm going to be the one to stop trying. And she said she was moving partially because she wanted to get out of the drama. She wanted to stop being the mediator. She didn't want to be in that position anymore. So things have changed. But as you also notice, Robyn has to remind everyone that she's the one that's there with Mykelti, and she's going to do the most, and she's going to help the most, and she's going to be the one to do everything because she's the best and she's the most loved, and she respects Christine's position, right? Christine, who betrayed her, but she's the one that's going to do everything. Mind you, she stayed a couple days in Utah because she drove like 8 hours to stay there. Meanwhile, Christine at the time lived not very far away, a few miles away from Mykelti. So really, Robyn was there for a few days after the birth and helped out after the birth. That was it. But she has this like very elevated sense of self and a sense of that she's better than Christine. It's kind of like if I were Christine and I had to live with someone like Robyn, I would probably feel like I was going to hit my head against a wall because she's still competing with Christine to this day. Even though Christine's left and is like, I'm not your competition anymore. She's still competing. Now it's just a competition for who loves Mykelti more, who's the better mom to Mykelti. It's just a toxic cycle of behavior. And Christine has evolved and Robyn has devolved.
I don't know how long it's going to take for all of us to get back together again and be okay in each other's presence. It was awkward, and it's going to be awkward for a while, and I don't know what the future looks like. We'll do it for our kids, but it's not going to happen anything that I want to have happen soon.
Here again, Christine would have an opportunity to say something negative about Robyn, and she doesn't. She just said it was awkward and that it's going to be awkward, and she's not in a place where she wants to be friendly with them. And I'll be honest, a lot of the people that leave this cult that I speak to have to put up boundaries and have to put up like an emotional boundary with the people that are still inside, because those people that still believe, or like Kody and Robyn, where they're half in, half out, but they're more in than Christine, there's a propensity for people that are still in the mindset to try to lure you back in and try to win you back to the cult and try to bring you back into the fold. And she knows well enough from watching her mom leave and watching other people leave and knowing where she's at in her life that Kody isn't a safe person for her because he was abusive to her and he mistreated her and he wasn't a good husband. And she doesn't trust Robyn because of the way that their sister-wife dynamic played out and how she feels like Robyn kind of came in and blew everything up. But at the end of the day, it was Kody Brown that made the decision to do what he did. And he decided he was going to replace the entire family with one wife. And at the end of the day, Christine lost her faith and realized that she didn't believe in it anymore. And she didn't want to be unhappy in a loveless marriage, believing in something that she didn't believe in and being stuck there because of some covenant that she doesn't believe in anymore. She made a decision to be final and cut that cord. And now, as an apostate outside of that cult now, she has to keep a boundary so that she is not drawn back in. And they're going to keep driving the bus over her. So just keep waiting all season, and they're going to keep driving that bus over her. They're going to keep insulting her. They're going to keep going at her. And I'd like to continue to see what Christine's development is once she starts with David. We haven't met David yet, and she's been married over a year now, almost a year. That's it for now. Robyn and Kody, wild accusations. Robyn and Kody are betrayed. Christine's on the other side, doing what she can for the kids, but holding a firm boundary. I'm actually proud of Christine. Her evolution is vastly different this season than last season. She's definitely not gloating anymore. She's not saying bad things about them. She's playing a very adult role. She's not even playing. She's just being an adult about it. Whereas Robyn said she had to play nice. I don't think Christine's playing nice. I think she's just doing what she needs to do for her kids, which is what a good parent would do. But what do you think about Robyn's accusations about betrayal and Kody calling Christine jealous? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Make sure to click the bell so you never miss a video. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye, everyone.